Hi, today I'm going to show you the groups and classes section of the Nelson Decodable Readers digital platform. First thing you'll need to do is come to our Nelson Primary homepage, which is at cengage.com.au/primary. Click the login button, enter your email and password, click Manage in the subscriptions page under Nelson Decodable Readers. From there, on the left-hand side of the screen, we can click the Classes tab to access our classes on the Nelson Decodable Readers digital platform. If this is the first time you're using this platform, there'll be no classes to select from, and you can go ahead and create a class on the right-hand side of the screen. As you can see, there are classes available, and we can search for them using the search bar as well. Some features available: if we select a class, we can add that particular class to a session. We can merge two classes together. We can also delete classes as well. Let's go ahead and create a class. You can add your students to this classroom. Then click Create. And that class has now been created. Like we said prior, we can also delete these classes. This does not remove the student's information or reading history. It only removes that particular class that was then created. Let's go explore a little bit further and dive into the classes themselves. The first thing that it offers is at the class information. In here, we can change the class name. We can also see how many students are in this classroom and any teachers. We can add teachers to this classroom, or we can remove them as well by clicking the tick box next to that teacher's name and click remove. This is the same feature available with the students. We can click the tick box next to their name and we can remove them from our classroom. We can also add additional students. If their students have come into our class, we can add them to it by clicking here, and we can search for students in the search bar as well. If we click the tick boxes as well, you also see this feature here of student card. By clicking this, what will happen is a downloadable PDF file will appear, and we can print these off for the students. We can laminate them. It provides them with their username and password so they can access the resource at home. This can be done at any time and is not a one-time thing, which is great to see. Returning to the previous screen, we can see on the top right-hand side of the screen how many students are in the classroom, how many books have been opened, recordings, and any words saved as well. So this gives us a brief overview of activity that is happening in the classroom. The next tab we can select is reading history, and we can dive into individual students and their reading history from accessing the books themselves. You can see here a particular student has read 2 books in the last month. It gives you a brief piece of information of the particular book, where it sits in our sets, any words that have been saved, and any recordings that have been made as well. If we click the particular book, on the right-hand side, it gives you a brief overview of what has occurred. It gives you a time and date stamp of when those recordings and information happened and how long the particular book was open for. It shows you the words that have been saved and the recordings that have been made as well. It shows you the page that was read, how long it took, and a date stamp for that particular recording.
Tim sat in the pit. Mids can nap. Nap at the mat, Mids.
We can adjust the volume here. We can also download that file as an audio file, and we have the option for playback speed. So if the student was speaking too slow or too fast, we can speed it up or slow them down. Another nice option we have available is the Set Bookshelf tab. Go ahead and select this, and in this section, this allows us to remove particular readers and assign specific readers to the whole classroom that then those students will access next time they open their bookshelf. Currently, students have access to all readers on their bookshelf, but we can remove that by unselecting them and focusing on specific skill sets that we want the student to use. We can then go ahead and click Next. This then breaks down individual titles that we can select or deselect. We can use the drop down button to go to the next set. We can then click Confirm. Once this has been updated, it will provide you with that update down below. The next time the student then opens up their bookshelf, only those specific readers will be accessible for them to read. The next option we have is our group section, and very similar to classes. The key difference is these are subgroups within our classrooms that we've created, ideally for group reading sessions, one-on-one sessions, intervention sessions, or we've defined specific students that we need to focus on specific areas with, and we can create those groups within here. It provides you with the same features as the classes, so we can select those particular groups, we can merge them, we can add them to sessions, we can also delete them. This only deletes the specific group. It does not delete the student's information or student profile. And we can also create groups. And we can go ahead and click specific students that we want to add to that particular group. Again, we can drill down into those groups. You can see we can edit that name. If as time goes on, that name will change. There is no set date. We have our group information where we can add students, remove students, add teachers, remove teachers, and any ongoing sessions that we've created for that particular group. Similar to the classes, we have that reading history information available in here, and we can hear those recordings and see those words that have been saved by the student during their reading sessions. And that is accessing the group and classes section of the Nelson Decodable Readers digital platform.